Brendan, sir, let's look at your special programming assignment there. Okay, I have your template that you turned in. Let's see, use Python idle, type a heading, has your name, date, description, two input statements to have the user enter two integers, add them together and display the results of the screen. Make sure you conclude with your main statement, indent things properly, fix any errors. Okay, pretty simple. Let's highlight. There's your program. We check your questions here, like math, help people find out how to do math easier. Had a lot of syntax errors, but apparently you got those fixed. Good. Practice till I got it right. All right, let's paste this into a Python window. See what it looks like. Okay, name, date, purpose of program. And here's your program. Let's run it. It didn't have me input any. Says use two input statements to have the user enter two integers. I didn't enter any integers. I didn't enter anything. So we look back at your program. You have three print statements. You don't have any input statements. You don't have any calculation statements. You didn't have Python add any numbers together. You're missing a lot. And these aren't integers. These are float values. You printed out two decimal numbers. Decimal numbers are not integers. Integers are whole numbers, counting numbers, numbers that do not have a decimal attached. So really, you just kind of redid the very first printing assignment you had. It was just print statements, except you just had three print statements. So you really need to look, when you have a program to write, and let's say you're working for a company as a programmer, or you've got a contract with a government agency or something, and they give you the guidelines. They're like, here's the parameters of your program. You need to make sure you're meeting the parameters of the program. Okay, you did this, but you skipped number 3. You added the integers, well, you added numbers, not integers, together yourself. You did have your main statement and indented things and probably, but you skipped the biggest part is having the user. Maybe I had two numbers I wanted to add together, but your program was worthless to me because it did not use my numbers. It had predetermined numbers. So you have to think about the user and someone using your program and how is it going to be useful to them. And it should be input statements. Input statements. So let's get rid of that. Num1 equals integer input. What is your first number? Quote. See, so when you run the program, it'll pop up this box and say, what's your first number? And I'll say, okay, I'm trying to add the number 23. And then I would need to do another one and have my second number. And then I would need a statement that adds those two numbers together. Num1 plus, if I call this one num2, I need something to add those together and then print num1 plus num2 equals this number, whatever it calculates. So you're missing a lot of key things in this program. So best advice I got is make sure you go through each of the requirements of the program and make sure you've included that in your code. So maybe not having pseudocode in this program hurt you. Maybe I should have required pseudocode so you could have made that plan. Have user input two numbers, add those together. Maybe if you'd have wrote a plan, you wouldn't have missed that. I'm not sure, but all right, I'll get this feedback to you. And if you got questions, let me know. I'll see you in class.